Alrighty, so welcome to Dreadnought Redux Part 38. I'm Rich, this is the ArmorMax Models channel, and, I don't know. I'm not sure if I should do the YouTube dance at the beginning or the end of this video, so I've been kind of doing it at both, so like, share, subscribe, hooray! Alright, now that I got that out of my system, let's get on to, the actual model making. So here I've laid out the sections that are going to be coming up next. And not zoomed in. By the way, thank you Bill and Joe for giving the feedback on that. I'll definitely be using that a lot more now. Yeah, so these are the 5 sections I'll be working on for the next compartment. That goes from about what I want to say from about that region of the ship to I think we're talking over here, maybe, or over there. Let's see. Yeah, we're talking right. Yeah, there. Okay, right. Yup, okay. Yeah, I just compared that to those, and now I have a general idea, so that'll help a lot. So, yeah. Now, I've also mentioned, I'm sure, that I'm going to be changing up a little bit of how I put these sections together, so what I've been noticing is that while I could reach all the little nooks and crannies and get some pretty good details on all the pieces, and then, but even if I put them in here, it'd probably be a lot better and go a lot smoother if I actually did that ahead of time, I guess. If I actually did the, all the photo etches, painted them separately, and then put them into a into this model already painted. That way, things that I have that full access to all the different pieces of the little thing getting inserted and put into place. It's actually similar to what I did with minis. I used to do Warhammer 40k minis, and what I learned is that if I left pieces off and did them separately and then put them on, I found that the result was much better looking. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. That means, though, that I've got to get these things primed and sprayed and readied up. So, with my good friend blue painter's tape, I'm going to secure these guys in position. And then I'm going to go ahead and start. Alright, nice relaxing music and starting several days late. Hopefully the nice relaxing music helps the apology go down. So sorry I was so long in getting this one out. As I've probably mentioned before, most people have lots of fun and look forward to the holidays all year. And I mean, I'm like, yeah, holidays are nice. And, well, much like that airbrush needing to be cleaned out because, well, just life. Yeah. Your mileage may vary, but I hope you have good holidays. I had a reasonably good Christmas, in all honesty. It's just a hard time of year for me in general. Probably the onset of winter or something, I don't know. But anyways, now that that's kind of over, and I've got a good night's sleep, I feel good. So yeah, just day after Christmas, so again, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. New Year's usually a lot better for me. So, yep, here we go. Now I'm putting on some, not parts of the model, I'm priming everything there. So I'm priming the decks and these little buttons here. There. That little baby noise you hear is actually one of my sons here. Hey, little buddy. That's not food. That is neither food nor anything you can put in your mouth. Okay, anyways. So that's a fun narration to me cleaning the airbrush and painting all these button things here. And those button things I'm going to use in a little experiment that I'm going to ask for your feedback on in just a moment. So, now I'm just setting those decks aside, which in and of themselves are another experiment that I think will start bearing dividends once I get some more photo etch pieces, because I need more of those. Grumble, grumble. But yeah, these little pieces are going to be painted up and used to, kind of help my one of my kids learn to talk a bit easier. And, well, I'm going to use the painting of them to actually test out an idea for multiple cameras and film angles. So, just in case you're wondering what these things are, these are some of those little tactile communication things that I mentioned needing for one of my sons. That's some good milk stout. Anyways, yeah, no, me with all the fancy beers. But as you can see, I've painted these with a basic coat of black. And now what I got to do is mask them up. And, well, on the second, that might be a good idea to do a second coat just to really try to even everything out. One of those things where you want to go fast to get back to the fun stuff, but at the same time you want to do it right. Okay, I'm gonna double up on the coat and do it right. But I think at this point I can get rid of these. Alrighty. I can manipulate them by hand. Alright. And now, back to the part where I put this part of everything as some kind of, you know, small screenshot somewhere, just to demonstrate a concept and get your feedback on it. Which is, I'm hoping to eventually have multiple cameras, and how do I handle doing multiple cameras at the same time to give more information and views? Alright, here we go. And go we do. So there I go in the upper left corner, I guess. No, upper right. So that's me painting those buttons while I go ahead and paint over the rest of these guys here. Is that too big? I don't know. Looking at it now, I'm wondering if it's too big or not. Guess, you know, I did the editing for this a lot before. Now I'm just, you know, painting these all up close up. So that's what the brush is for. And you'll see me painting these quite a few times in this because since I thin my paints out a fair amount, I do end up needing to sometimes use more layers or need to tweak out the tweak things a bit. So you'll see me up in the upper right hand corner now. I'm masking those buttons, but that's not the main focus here, which is the these decks. So I'm painting the gray on the walls. I'm painting the I end up painting them all once and then deciding, you know, it's really just not quite, you know, opaque enough over them all, so I'm going to do them again. So I do them a couple more times in multiple layers, and then just using the paint to be a little thicker, and eventually it all goes good. So now you can see up in the upper right corner that I'm just removing some bits of the masking before spraying everything over, and this time I'm going to use white paint there. But here I'm still painting the gray on all these walls of these decks here. And you know what I'm wondering now is looking at all the places where I overfilled with paint, the gray paint and then the green and stuff when I went to correct those issues is yeah, I might want to actually try to do walls separately if possible. That's going to require some inventive work with glue and fixturing. But I did get some gifts related to that, so that made Christmas a little better, although those gifts were for my birthday. Yeah, my birthday is in December too, so it's like, yeah, all the stuff in one time of the year. Yeah. Alrighty, so anyways, there's me painting all that over in gray. I heard somebody. Somebody moved something. Okay, there he is. Since my kids are up, I have to kind of keep an eye on them a little bit. So you'll hear me kind of look over and say, "Oh, that's what you're doing." Every once in a while. Hey, little buddy. All right. So, anyways, here I am again, painting over with. I think this is like the Dawnstone or Eshin Gray on the Games Workshop paints. And, yep, up in the upper right, you can see me just having spilled a big amount of red paint from the Tamiya bottle, and now wiping it up. And, now that's, hey, that disappeared right when the music changed. That's actually unexpected. So this is an annoyance here, is this, lack of focus, I guess, for the camera. I think I'm gonna wanna, I don't know, like, see if I can't freeze focusing or something. I don't know. I'm sure, I think it will eventually sort itself out, but it's still up close at least, and you can kind of see things reasonably well. Huh. Yeah. Oh, wait. Okay, that's a little better, a little worse, a little better, a little worse. All the fun with these cameras and learning how to use them. So, yeah, though, if you can tell me if that, like, put the camera footage of a separate camera into a corner is good or not, that'd be helpful. Okay, somebody's getting into something. Alright. I'm thinking it's probably nothing, but something tells you I might just want to pause everything right now and go check what that is, because that's what you're supposed to do when you're a parent. It was a thing of chips you wanted to eat, so I opened it up and let him eat it because, well, yeah, come on, it's like the holidays. That and he's kind of underweight, so we wanted to eat. So yeah, going right along here. We got more painting of the walls here. And I hope you like these close-ups. You know, I heard you like them, so I figured I'd do more of them. Kind of wishing I'd found different... Ah, there we go. So I do have some different perspectives, which is nice. So, yeah. Anyways. Yep, just painting up these walls again. So you'll see me kind of moving around all the walls and trying to get everything nice and even, as close to even as possible in terms of that kind of area right where the wall joins the floor, trying to make that as crisp as possible. A lot easier when it's a mini and you can just kind of add a bit of thin line of black ink, I guess what's called really thin, super thin black paint to emphasize that line, and that's like, yeah, I don't need to worry so much, but now here I do. So, wonder how good I'll be at painting minis after I get this Dreadnought done. Maybe I should do a little aside and just say, oh, hey. And maybe not. We'll see. But, yep, there I go, quite merrily painting all these walls. You'll notice that a lot of these are second coats, and that they're actually evening out all the stuff of the first coat. You'll also see that I've been actually painting over bits of the floor, too, to try to get as even as possible that line and those, you know, colors nice and flat. And you'll see me mention a lot of this in the normal speed footage in just a moment, although not all the fun of chasing some of the kids around. And yeah, but I think this will actually go pretty good when I start working with the Bismarck and wanting to put like wall details on and stuff. I think that'll be a good idea. This has definitely been very informative, to say the least. Alright, here's me. Alright. My apologies for the waviness of this bit of normal speed footage. But I'm actually mounting one of these legs on my chest, so I have to kind of modulate my breathing a bit here. So, see if I get my little, you know, guess, teachy pointy stick, i.e. a brush. So, as you can see, there's a perfect example. Because I thin my paints, they're, you know, not going to fully cover what's beneath them. To do that requires a couple of layers, but as I'm sure I described in the slow motion section, there we go. Okay, that's just water, good. So, I was painting these areas to try to even out where the over paint, I guess, from the brushing went onto the floors. And then, of course, I looked and saw that, hey, these aren't really, you know, fully opaque. So what I've been doing is repainting. I've actually been using undiluted paint, because evidently it seems to work with this particular Games Workshop paint. It's, might be dating this a little, okay, I didn't break it. Might be dating this a little bit. This is the color Eshin Gray. It's a layer, whatever they mean by that. I guess they have like the contrast paints now, but when I looked at them, they looked like airbrush thinness. I was like, what? Huh. Okay, there. Now I can try to keep... Just have shifted my head a bit so I can use my actual eyes through the, you know... rather than just the screen. So as you can see, right about there, yep, there's an area that's... not really particularly well done. So I go over it, but then I'm finding, you know, there's that little leak there. So, to really get those crisp walls... Okay, there we go. That's one-on-one. Great. Hopefully this thing has me in a reasonably good light. If not, well, I'm sorry. But, yeah, so in order to really get these the way I'm going to want them for the Bismarck, what I'm probably going to have to do is, there's a thing I'm going to, actually, there's some news in that, too. We're further delayed. The reason is actually pretty sentimental and important. So I'm sure I mentioned my father-in-law on this channel before. He wanted me to make one model for him, and that was like this kind of car thing. It's not on this channel now because COPA. You can go back to like one of the earliest videos now available on this channel to see that there's a whole channel before I nuked it and started the same thing over again. Yeah. Back when I was using my name like a plebe. So yeah, anyways, he's really into the wooden model ships. So I'm going to be doing a wooden model ship before I do the Bismarck. So I guess the question is, how am I going to do the B-17? I've got some thoughts, but they're going to revolve around how can I do it quickly while still doing a good job, not so much of really getting into the fun nitty-gritty of everything. So you might not see all of that on film. It might go back to its original purpose of kind of, you know, a in the background model. Alright, so that's it for this filming session. Probably actually gonna... I don't think I'll quite wrap it up just yet. I think I'll actually do a little more modeling. I'd like to at least put some, after painting the walls I just mentioned there, I'm going to try to also do a bit of work on at least one of the floors of the photo etch I have. Before once again having to do more photo etch and ruining the day I was born. Actually, this isn't too bad of a photo etch. I think I actually got plenty of usable people out of this one too. Yay. That's neither here nor there. Alright, well, here we go then. Back to it. Alrighty. So here I go. Cutting out a piece of the photo etch. Putting it down. Yeah, got my one of my kids here next to me. And as you can see, I'm trying to sand off the edges to make everything nice and square. And you'll notice that there's only some of the little score lines that are supposed to be in this. So that kind of makes it a little harder to fold up. Hey buddy, it's okay. Hey buddy. So yeah, there I go. Now I'm painting it white, separate from everything else. And in a moment or two, I'm going to put it back in after clearing off that super glue there. And this again is the thick super glue I like to use just because it's kind of tacky a little bit. And now I go just kind of painting some of the areas up to make it all nice and blended in. And here I try to do a second one, and either it goes flying off into oblivion or it ends up not folding up right. I think it ends up folding up poorly. Alrighty, so as you can see, as I zoom this guy in a little bit, can I? Perfect, yep. No, come on. There we go. So as you can see, that does look like it's a lot, you know, more crisp with regards to everything else. So that's good for painting the photo etched bits. But the bad news is I barely even got that one to look right because, well, the little score lines in there didn't quite etch out. So that means I gotta do more photo etching because, well, there's nothing left. Meantime, though, this is just the floor above it. You can see there's some various storerooms. That's 28, 33, and that's A37. So if you look at this list all up here, it goes on to 28 was a dynamo room and 33 was a flower store. There we go. So yeah, that'll be that. And there we go. Perfect. So, seeing as this is not the photo etching channel, although with all the, you know, fun I have to do with photo etching, that wouldn't be a bad name now, would it? But I'm Rich. This is the Max Model YouTube channel, or Mac Models YouTube channel, whatever. And I guess now it's time for the infamous YouTube dance. Like, share, subscribe, hooray! Alright, so it is a couple days before Christmas, so again, probably be about, give or take, another 2 weeks. And then we'll see, yeah, it'll be next year, won't it? Nice, so, yeah, I guess I'll see y'all in 2021, and hopefully it shapes up to be a better year than 2020, because, ow. Oh, well, at least I had a lot of time indoors to work on this model. Peace out.